Hello everyone and welcome back to some Marvel Champions for the channel, and today we return to the island of Dr. Zola and we're going to be playing as Ironheart, aka Riri Williams' new character decks, so trying them for the first time. Going forwards for the videos we do on Champions on the channel, I am still going to use the pre-made deck for new heroes just to give them a tryout, get a feel for their unique cards and how they play and how they want you to play them. But I am going to start using custom decks because it has become apparent both from the videos we've done for the channel and also the ones I've been playing with friends online. The pre-made decks, they're not great, especially against some of the newer or harder bosses from scenario boxes. Speaking of which, Zola was the second last boss, I think, of the Rise to the Red Skull, so he is pretty tough even if you're not playing it as a linked scenario, so we'll probably lose today, but that's okay. We're just going to get a feel for Ironheart's deck and see how we do. So I'll quickly go over what Zola was all about, and then we'll go over Ironheart. So just to reiterate, if you see a new video come out with a hero I've already used, it will probably be at least a slightly altered deck in some way, rather than their default deck. Some default decks are better than others, obviously, but I want to start getting into customizing my decks. Anyway, Zola. You start with the island of Dr. Zola. Here you search the encounter deck for the Hydra Prison, reveal it, and then you have to put one of your character-specific allies in there. So Brawn has unfortunately been placed in there, and we'll have to try and get him out. You add threat equal to his powers, or cost rather, as well, and unfortunately he's pretty costly, so that's 5 on Hydra Prison. You then also look out a Ultimate Bioservant and put it into play engaged with you. They start with a tough card. They have 4 health, I think. Pretty scary. And Zola himself has Retaliate 1 built in, which we didn't need to bother with much when I was actually fighting him as part of the Rise of the Red Skull playthrough, because I was playing as Hawkeye, who has ranged permanently, so Retaliate doesn't do anything. So anyway, done all that using the encounter decks it suggests. So we flip this over, and then this is the one where it adds up monster counters essentially. After resolving the put 1 threat on the main scheme, put a test counter here if there's 3. You search the encounter deck, or rather you just mill the deck until you find a minion and put it into play engaged with you. So that's what we'll be doing against Zola, and he starts with 12 health in Form 1. And a quick bit about Riri Williams. She actually has 3 different forms that we'll hopefully see as she improves her suit and thus gets better stats. Begin the game with this card, set aside your other identities. You can spend a science resource to put 1 progress counter. I'm probably going to use a d6 for those instead, just because they will add up. And you can change forms once you have 6 of them. 6 hand size, 10 health, and then her starting suit, which is her most rudimentary one, is a 1, 2, 3. And you can level up, remove 6 progress tokens to get to version 2. And then from version 2, you build up 6 and get to version 3. And can become quite powerful. And a note, or rather on a note of what cards she comes with, the biggest difference between her pre-constructed deck and every other one I've seen so far is she doesn't have the basic cards which are double resource, and I don't know why, because it feels like they would play into her deck very well, and I don't think there's any rule stopping them being in there, so that's the first change I would certainly have made, is put those in. I don't know why they're not there, but either way, that's what we were doing. So with that, we can get started after this quick word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. So let's just give the deck another shuffle. I've already shuffled it off camera, but we shall just do it here just to prove I've done it. And we'll draw our initial hand of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and see what we get. I think I'm probably going to stay in Riri Williams form to start with. Push ahead, oh yeah, and she's leadership aspect. Push ahead, R&D facility, go all out, photon beam, morale boost, and push ahead. This is not a good starting hand. I wanted more of her cards. So I think I'm going to get, what does R&D facility do? Yeah, it gives you +1 thwart, +1 attack until the end of the phase. That's pretty good, I guess. I'm going to keep these, get rid of these. If I'm not going to be hero form, I don't really need that. No, we're going to get rid of that as well. So we're getting rid of 4. That's not great, but hey. Vivian, fly over, it's hoping for upgrades. Stroke of Genius, so that's her unique resource. After you spend this card you get 1 progress, so if you spend it on progress you're getting 2. And new and improved. So that is going to be my starting hand. I'll decide what I'm doing and then we'll get started. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to spend Stroke of Genius on her ability here to give a progress point, and it also gives a progress point and draw a card. Actually, I missed that part. So we have 2 progress on getting our suit upgrade. I get to draw a card into morale boost. We're not really going to need that. I'm going to spend Vivian, Flyover and Noon Improved, 3 science resources to get out that R&D facility. You have to spend at least 2 science to get it out. You can exhaust it and remove one of the 3 counters it starts with to choose a friendly character. A character can be you, your allies, etc. to get +1 thwart, +1 attack until the end of the phase. So it starts with 3 counters on it. Morale boost is not going to be relevant. I'm going to stay in Riri Williams form for now, so I'm just going to dump that. I'm going to keep Photon Beam in my hand for when I am actually ready to go to hero form, and that's my turn. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get back up to our hand size of 6 on this side. Tony Stark AI, R&D Facility, Snow Guard, Ingenuity, and the Helicarrier. And then we shall do Zola's stuff. So, 1 threat in the main scheme. The main scheme didn't start with any threat on it, incidentally, and there is a second stage after it. Zola is scheming against us for 4, unfortunately, so it's straight up to 5 of the 6 it needs. That's not good. Oh, in fact, it's getting there because he's going to do it for 6, so immediately we are going to the Mad Doctor. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it, and then shuffle the encounter deck. Alrighty, and it starts with 1 threat per player. And it only needs to get to 8, and then we lose, and it's still doing the test counter thing. Yes, so I need to search for a minion to put into play against me. And then I'll shuffle this as well. Let's see, it's a relatively weak minion. They're all pretty strong, honestly. Quick Strike doesn't do anything if you're on your not alter ego side, right? So let's put out the Berserk Mutant, and then I'll shuffle this a little bit. Already not looking great, considering, but hey, we can but try. There we go. And then the encounter card. Test subjects. When defeated, the first player discards cards from the encounter deck until you reveal a minion. So that's an extra encounter card going forwards. This is a very bad start. Good grief. This could end up being a very quick loss. Alright, well I guess we should start trying to do something, because this has gotten out of control real quick. I'm going to get rid of Snow Guard and Helicarrier to play Ingenuity. We can tap it to do a science resource. And I'm going to do that to place a progress counter. Move that to there for now. Because we are going to change form, because we pretty much have to, unfortunately. We are going to use up R&D Facility and flip to hero form. So we're +1 attack and +1 thwart. So we're 3 attack currently and 2 thwart. With that, then we're going to have to use Photon Beam, so I'll pay for that with Tony Stark AI and R&D Facility, unfortunately. So this is a hero action. Deal 4 damage to an enemy and place 1 progress counter on Ironheart, or 2 if you defeat the enemy. We're getting 2 because I'm going to defeat the mutant with that. So we're up to 5, which means we're missing 1 more, and then we can get our form 2 already. So our attack is currently 3 and our thwart is 2. But we've got a tough status effect to deal with here, which is annoying. Is there anything I can do about that? No. I think we're going to hit Zola for... Well, will I hit Zola? I guess I'll get rid of test subjects, although it's annoying because it's going to put a thing in. So when defeated... Yeah, discard them until you get a minion. So we will discard until we find a minion. It's an ultimate Bioservant again, who also starts with tough. So let's just get that out. That's not what you want to see against you, really. And, oh yeah, I presume because this forwarded, the counter wouldn't have stayed on. It might have. Well, to give me a bit of a chance, we'll say not, but I'm actually not sure about that. And my hand is empty, so let's draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's only 4 on this side. Ooh. I guess our better suits have higher hand size. Well, we got okay stuff. We're probably just going to Photon Beam again, honestly. Okay. So, 1 threat on the main scheme, +1 spawning a monster counter. Zola is attacking us, and he'll be attacking for 2 plus a card. I'm going to defend, since we have pretty good defense. He's attacking for 2. I fully blocked it. Yeah, I forgot to write these after that. They're both attacking me for 1 each. Just have to take that. So we're down to 8. And encounter card. Neurological implants attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points. +2 scheme, +2 attack. Attached minions get +2 hit points. Oh, good grief. Well, these are both identical currently, so I'll just put it on this one since it's easier. So now he has 6 health and 3 attack, 3 scheme. That's real bad. Well, there was what I wanted to do, and then there's what I need to do because we're tapped from defending, so unfortunately that's going to mean I'm going to have to spend ingenuity and my entire hand to get Falcon out, so I have something else to do. This is the... what's his name again? Joaquin Torres version of Falcon. So his hero responses: after attacks or thwarts, you can spend an energy resource to ready another champion, and we have the champion keyword as well. So, but I don't have any resources to spend, so we won't be doing that. But I can give him +1 thwart, +1 attack. So that means he's 3... oh, but there's no point, because he's going to have to remove the tough. So never mind, no. I'm not spending that, but he is removing the tough off the particularly strong guy. And taking 1 consequential damage, and that is my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4... it's not looking good. Patriot, Power of Leadership, R&D Facility, and Cloud 9. Well, we've got a bunch of allies and don't have much ways to play them. 1 threat on the main scheme, along with an additional monster counter. So that means we're getting an enemy at the end of the next phase. Zola, oh yeah, right up. Zola is attacking. This time I'm just going to take the hit. 2 plus place 1 test counter on the main scheme. For each test counter on the main scheme, Zola gets +1 scheme, +1 attack for this activation. Well, that's it up to 3, so he's hitting for 4. That's bad. It was just bad luck. So we're down to 4. That also means this procs, right? Does it do it now, or has it missed its chance? It's missed its chance because we've moved on from the first step. But that does mean it's proccing next time. This Bioservant is attacking for 3 and 3. Joaquin Torres is taking that for me. I'm sorry, thank you for your service. And this one's just hitting for 1, so we'll take that. We could still lose if this makes anyone attack us. The villain schemes for 2 plus nothing. That's up to 5. I don't remember Zola being this rough. Alright, let's proc R&D Facility to give us +1/+1. And then we're going to bring out Patriot by spending Power of Leadership and R&D Facility. Power of Leadership counts for 2. After Patriot enters play, choose a champion, they get +1 to each of his basic powers. So now we're +2/+2. And I'll move Engineering and R&D down here now. These are the important cards here. Although I haven't used Ingenuity yet, nor am I probably going to, because we can't actually spend that on this side. But that means we can hit for 4 currently, so we will hit for 4, take this guy out. And we will have Patriot thwart for 2. And unfortunately it takes 2 consequential damage from that. And then we're flipping down. And then on this side we're spending Ingenuity, because we haven't done that yet, to give us our 6th counter. Unfortunately we can't use it yet, because you have to be on the hero side. I've got Cloud 9 in hand, so I'm going to keep that in hand, and we're going to draw 5 after we ready everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Propulsion Jet, Sector Scan, this is where all my upgrades were. Ronnie Williams, Push Ahead, yep, and the blasters. They are stuff I desperately would have needed to find earlier, I think, to have more of a chance. So first of all we do the one on the main scheme, but then this procs goes away, so we discard until we find a minion. Nope, not yet. Not yet. We'll find one eventually. Honestly, I'm glad to see Shadows of the Past go away. There we go. Zola's Mutate, when revealed. Oh no, this is put into play, right, so it doesn't do its when revealed. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, Zola is scheming, so this is where we might end up losing if he schemes twice. He's scheming for 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, we just immediately lost. Well, and then he would have schemed 1 more from there, and 1 more from there for an extra 2. That is very rough. I don't even think it was down to Riri's deck there. We just got very unlucky with the initial cards that Zola got out. Oh well. Well, not a great first showing there for poor Riri Williams. Zola kind of beat her you-know-what today. But I remember him being relatively strong. As I say, I think it was just super unlucky with the cards we drew that he managed to complete his first thing literally immediately. Didn't even touch him. I would add the basic double resource cards to Riri's deck for sure. I don't know why they're not there, especially because a lot of the allies she has are pretty expensive. I don't think she has any 2s, and her built-in one, Brawn, is 4. So yeah, it feels like they're conspicuously missing or absent, I guess. But, as I said at the top of the video, going forward, I'll try out the pre-con decks that heroes come with, see how they feel, and then going forwards, I will start customizing my decks and just kind of feel my way through. The first few I'll make will probably be terrible. I know there's websites that have great ones listed. I don't want to immediately use someone else's idea. I want to try and get a feel for it myself. And then we'll hopefully have a better chance against some of these harder late stage scenario villains like Zola, like Ronin, Nebula, all those kind of people, and just have a better chance against them in general. I didn't really see enough of Riri's deck to be like, yeah, I could probably see not needing this in the deck. I understand why she constantly needs to be generating science resources, so I get Ingenuity being there, I get the R&D facility being in there, but you can only ever have one Ingenuity. So maybe have 2 just to increase your odds of finding them, but having all 3, that seems wasteful to me. She has a bunch of cards for making herself and allies stronger as well. With how many allies she's got in the deck by default, I would maybe get rid of the push aheads and put something else in instead of those, but who knows. Either way, short one today, but that's okay. Usually I end up recording quite a bit of Marvel Champions in one recording session. I may also start making some of them member only as an additional reward to members, and also just as a way to kind of separate them, because when I record too many at once, it's hard to space them out because not many people want to watch them. Either way, thank you for watching this one, if you are one of the people who did, and we'll see you in the future for more. Ta-ta for now.